I'm like, oh, come on, Scottie, you'd be better than that. And you're like, I love it.
Yeah.
Just walk away.
So it's also another thing, you gotta accommodate other people too. So
Absolutely. But I don't. But look how big. Once you get to this size, you don't go around asking people how many sets you got left, bro.
Once you get to this size in golf, a world number one, can you, like Scottie Scheffler, just walk in other people's lines on the golf course?
I asked you nicely,
Look at him.
bro.
See that shit? He's a little punk kid, little spoiled.
In this episode of Big Boy Pants Golf, we determine who's the punk kid between Scottie Scheffler and Cameron Smith. Scottie Scheffler has just been accused of walking straight through Cameron Smith's line as the live debate blows up. Big Boy Pants Golf peoples, we've got a special episode for you today. It involves our former gentle giant Scottie Scheffler. He's 6'3", and we all remember Scottie after he won the Masters in his press conference being aw shucks and giggles. He's a stone cold killer now. He walked in front of Cameron Smith's line as Cameron was lining up a putt. This is a golf no-no, and it's further divided the PGA versus LIV community. Let's watch Ryan Leaf, who's actually a better host than Rich Eisen is on Rich Eisen's own show, discuss his view of the incident with the Uncle Fester type guy that Rich Eisen has on his show so that Rich Eisen can feel less bald.
Well, they're playing together. Cam Smith knocks in an eagle from about 170 yards today to start his round. And then this footage came out of Cam Smith, crouched down, looking at his putt, sizing up his putt, and Scottie Scheffler walks directly in front of him through his line. And Cam Smith is just down there, and he just kind of looks up like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? And you and I had very different reactions to this, right?
Yeah.
So,
literally, in golf terms, shots fired.
Tell us how did you respond to watching this play out?
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Because F those guys
Oh, Chris Brockman, it's like that, is it?
who are leaving the tour for LIV. And if you're Scottie Scheffler and you're the number one player and this group of LIV players, sues the PGA Tour, they're suing you.
This is one of these Billy Horschel, Rory McIlroy narratives going around. I think Justin Thomas too, where if you sue the PGA Tour, well, hey, it's us. We're the PGA Tour. That means you're suing us. I don't think that's factually correct. The PGA Tour is a membership. You're a member of the PGA Tour, but you are separate and distinct from it as a corporate entity that's tax exempt, mind you. Remember, the PGA Tour qualifies for its tax exemption under the business league exemption. And a business league is an association of persons having some common business interest, the purpose of which is to promote such common interest and not to engage in a regular business of a kind ordinarily carried on for profit. So shouldn't the PGA Tour be happy that LIV Golf is also creating more interest in golf? Oh wait, I forgot. Only the PGA Tour can grow the game.
You're a member of the tour. They're suing to get back into your league when they voluntarily left for a massive payday from a terrible country, terrible regime, whatever.
Uncle Fester is literally, you can see him look down, just reading all the narratives, bullet point style. Saudi regime, sports washing, zero credibility already.
And if they're going to do that and we're playing partners, then why should I respect you? You have no respect for me.
A, you're playing golf together. You're playing by the rules of golf. There's also elements of courtesy. And B, turn in your man card.
Whatsoever. You have no respect for the tour. You have no respect for where you're playing and what we all stand for and what you used to stand for.
Remember, ESPN Plus shows the PGA Tour, so they're more than a little bit biased. And while he's listening to Chris Brockman go off on this whole little spiel, Jay Monahan's back there thinking, good.
So if we're playing golf, golf's a gentleman's game. There are a lot of unwritten rules in golf. One of them is you don't walk in someone's line, but you have already taken a blowtorch to the unwritten rule book and the courtesies and the gentleman-like behaviors that we all, kind of complicitly agree to.
You know who would handle this situation like a true boss? Paige Spiranac. Someone on Twitter had said something like, "Where's she going to be in 20 years?" And Paige comes out with this.
Dating back hundreds of years. So why should I care about you and your line?
Brockman was also on team Scream Brooksy whenever DeChambeau is hitting a shot to throw him off, because you have to be part of the game. It's all about you. Inject yourself into the narrative.
You're not going to be here. You don't want to be here. Why are you here?
Cameron Smith is there because the FedEx Cup pays out $18 million to the winner.
Well, he probably wants to win $15 million.
Again, first place pays out $18 million. Second place pays out $6.5 million. And third place pays out $5 million. None of these numbers are anything to sniff at.
Great. Great. Go take. You're going to get that and spades from these other people.
Okay, so I of course had a different reaction.
There's no way that Ryan Leaf, considered by many to be the biggest bust ever in the NFL draft and who made $31.25 million in a contract for 4 years in 1998. If this guy started complaining about the money being too high and the amount of work they're doing not worth the money they're getting, I would have lost my mind.
I thought that this was an act of a petulant child.
It was definitely something Rory McIlroy would have done.
If you got a problem with him, address him in the locker room.
Maybe they have.
Yeah, and maybe that wasn't good enough for him. I don't like if you're gonna be, an a-hole, like Cam Smith is to the tour. Don't respond by being an a-hole back to him.
Cam Smith is not being an a-hole. He's just kicking ass and taking names.
That's just that's just the way I view it. Like
that's super high road, obviously, and you're a better person than me, clearly. But I just don't see how that gets anything. I think it's awesome. It's a really funny moment. If he did it on purpose,
there is info out there that at some point during the round, Scottie Scheffler and Cameron Smith high-fived, and that shows it wasn't on purpose. Do we know with what type of force Scottie Scheffler high-fived Cameron Smith? Assault and battery is not a high-five. The devil is in the details. In terms of high-fiving, why don't you high-five that subscribe button, share and like this video with all your other friends who respect their playing partner's line.
Seems like he did.
Of course he did it on purpose.
It looks like he was kind of smirking the whole time, and Cam Smith gives him a WTF, bro. I'll tweet out the video so you guys can see it. But this is great. This is what's come to now.
Team PGA Tour Kool-Aid, their whole logic is, look at what you made me do. I didn't want to do this. You made me walk in your line.
It's the good guys and the bad guys.
For his encore, Scottie Scheffler then slaps the books out of Cameron Smith's hands and stuffs him into a school locker.
Like the one time I met Jordan Spieth, the kid's like 20 years younger than me. I'm just like,
Right.
Oh my God, Jordan, hi, I'm Ryan. Nice to meet you.
Of course.
It's interesting that Ryan Leaf brings up Jordan Spieth, who I consider one of the four horsemen of the PGA Tour. You got Jordan, Scottie Scheffler, just recently inducted as the fourth horseman, Billy Horschel, who was working overtime, along with Rory McIlroy. These guys have OD'd on the PGA Tour Kool-Aid. But remember, Billy Ho and Rory are currently on the Players Advisory Council or one of these committees they have, and they get paid for doing so, just as Jordan Spieth had previously been on the PGA Tour Council during his heyday prime. Unfortunately for Jordan, just like for Scottie, a Cameron has taken him out. For Scottie, it's Cameron Smith, and for Jordan, it's his golf coach, Cameron McCormick. You ruined his swing. There might be a life lesson in here about walking on other people's lines and not staying in your own lane. All four of the horsemen, Jordan Spieth, Rory McIlroy, Billy Horschel, and Scottie Scheffler all missed the cut, whereas Live superstar Cameron Smith is only 2 back going into the final round.
When we watched the Bryson DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka,
Right.
Do you hear how excited Brockman is to hear about the whole Bryson DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka situation back last year? He's like, right, I called it. He's exactly the kind of guy that would be rooting for DeChambeau to mess up and try to scream out Brooksy the whole time.
feud a year ago, and now this stuff, like the petty nature of it all makes me go, these are just a bunch of just adult children who get to play a child's game for millions and millions of dollars, just being absolutely petty with one another. And I'm starting to kind of fall on your side. It's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Like, petty is fun when it comes to this type of stuff.
Petty is fun when it comes to this type of stuff, Brockman just said with the most serious look on his face. No smiling, not a little bit of teeth, nothing.
Scheffler's number one. There's nobody better than him on tour right now. So it's literally like, what? What are you going to do? What are you going to say to me?
Isn't that I'm number one in the world, I can do whatever I want attitude exactly what submarine Tiger Woods? Pulling hard for Cameron Smith tomorrow. Hopefully he wins enough of these FedEx Cup events and the overall FedEx Cup title so that even though he would win Player of the Year on the PGA Tour, they have to vote for Scottie, and it comes with a little asterisk.
What's the worst thing that could happen to the PGA Tour through the FedEx playoffs?
The worst thing isn't an event, it's a series of events, and that begins with Cameron Smith winning tomorrow.
Well, the worst thing is one of these guys winning.
One
Like
of these
Patrick
guys.
Reed winning or somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird because if you check the leaderboard, you can see that Cameron Smith, the guy you've been bagging on, is actually very much in contention, and that was the obvious answer. Cameron Smith winning, taking the Players' Championship, the British Open, over to the Live Golf Tour. It's going to sting for a long time if he also wins this FedEx Cup and leaves on this $18 million chariot.
But yeah, if one of these guys wins, like if Cam Smith wins and then just bolts like he's rumored to, like it's just going to be a major bummer if you love golf.
Or it's going to be ridiculously awesome if you love golf. Live Team 6. I didn't come up with that. Shout out to Troy in Australia for that one. It's a play on SEAL Team 6. Never forget that you're in the Big Boy Pants Golf trust tree. What would happen at your club if someone Schefflered through your line?